All right, so the Saints wrap up preseason game number 2 against the Los Angeles Chargers with a 19-17 win. Wasn't a pretty win for about 3 quarters. To be honest with you, it looked like it was all going the Chargers' way after a good start from the Saints. Quickly turned in the second quarter. There were 2 different times that they had the ball in the red zone inside the 5-yard line and turned the ball over. There was just bad offense at certain points. Sean Payton's initial reaction after the game was that he felt they had some good defensive moments, but offensively was pretty awful. Starting with Teddy Bridgewater, he said that he was actually sick today. Sean Payton said he wasn't sure whether or not he was going to actually play him, but they also knew that Drew Brees wasn't playing today, so that would have put a lot on Taysom Hill's plate, and they didn't want to do that. Teddy Bridgewater finished the game 5 for 12, just 40 passing yards, no touchdowns passes, and 1 interception, a quarterback rating of 16. Not a good day for Teddy Bridgewater. We saw the good from Teddy Bridgewater against the Vikings, not so good today. Taysom Hill kind of was the guy who saved the day, especially for the Saints, powering them through the last 2.5 quarters almost. He's electric whenever he has the ball in his hands, and granted, he was going against third-team defense, but he finished 11 for 15, 136 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. The last 2 scores put the Saints in position to be able to eventually win the game with a field goal. And then he also had 5 rushes for 53 yards. He's someone who the Saints are going to figure out ways, whether at the quarterback spot or not, to utilize him in their offense in even a different way moving forward this season. Just a little tidbit from practice, the joint practices with the Chargers. He was actually lining up at certain times as a receiver and catching balls in individual drills. It would not surprise me at all if Sean Payton has another twist to his Swiss Army knife role this season, and maybe you see him as a receiver as well. Defensively, there were some good moments. David Onyemata early in the game had a tip pass that led to an A.J. Klein interception. We also saw Colton Jumper later in the game had what was a pick 6, but then was called back after a below the belt blocking below the waist penalty. Can't spit that out, sorry. And so that was taken off the board. But those are 2 big key defensive plays for the Saints. And so you walk away from Los Angeles with not the best performance, but you do know that, look, this was just their preseason game number 2. Not many starters were involved in this game throughout the biggest portion of, the majority of the game, you could say. So take it for what you will. The starters in preseason game number 3 against the Jets, they will see their most significant time of the preseason. I would expect Drew Brees to even play in that game, at least for a couple drives, and we'll see how long he lasts. Maybe some starters, though, could even play a full quarter, but we'll see how that goes. That wraps up preseason game number 2 for the Saints. An ugly win, but it was still a win, and we'll have more for you on the Eyewitness News tonight at 10 o'clock, as well as 4th Down on 4. So make sure and join us there.